And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the fourth round of the H.4.0.S Galactic Battle Champions group stage. We are here, we're halfway through the group stage, and we're here to find out, will anyone bring this player down? Spawning in the top right hand corner of Amygdala, we have the best Terran player in all of Poland. It is Spirit. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the pink Polish H.4.0.S player representing the Platinum Heroes. It is ArT. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is time to Gamba. It's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will take the series. As a reminder, this is a best of 2, not a best of 3. So there are varying possibilities of how this will unfold. Will it go 2-0 in either direction, or a tied 1-1 scoreline, which we just had between Spirit and Laser. Just had a tied 1-1 score. We'll see if that trend continues, or if either one of these two takes a 2-0. Here we go. Also, while pondering on other nice alliterations that we can have, I want to say that we already had one for lunkers. I think someone mentioned something nice last time, but I just stumbled upon listen to your lunkers, papi, like a therapy session. Sometimes it's nice to just hear them out. It's nice to hear out the lunkers. They have things to say, and no one to listen to. Smerch. We're settling in there. We're settling in. As for now, we do have our initial openers here. Just a Rax Expand out of Spirit. Likewise, we do have a Gate into Nexus into Cybercore from ArT. Standard openers here from our players. We do see Spirit, he was forced to throw down the CC a little bit off-center. Is an off-center expansion, but can always be lifted and floated over. So it's okay. It's okay. It's all good. No big delay here from Spirit, only for a couple of seconds. Lubricate your lunkers. Should improve borrow speed. It's too lewd, papi. Oh my god. Too lewd. Nah. Needs to be wholesome, papi. Wholesome. So now, we are going to be chilling out back at home. We have our initial tech of choice. What's it going to be? Do we have a Stargate, Twilight Council, or a Robo? Now, earlier we did of course discover Pappy in this series. Hey, Pappy was able to go into a Robo opener himself. This time, Twilight Council should be into Blink, should be into a more standard setup here in the mid game. The question becomes, how many gateways? How many gateways for ArT? 2-gate Blink, 3-gate, or 4-gate Blink Stalkers? What's it going to be? What is it going to be? Nah, you're just training them. What do you mean? Where's your mind going, Pap? Yay. Oh god. Not like this. Not like this. Sometimes they just need to be trained. They're too full. Ah, no. As now it is just going to be the initial 2-gate opener, 1 gateway in the main, 1 gateway here at the natural as well. Likewise, Spirit's getting into his own 1-1-1. Marine production underway. Do you have an initial Widowmine as well into a Widowmine drop? Nothing too crazy here. This is designed to scout more than anything. Designed to scout across the map, get a read on what's going on, and have an idea of how many gateways the opponent is working with. As ArT, he is banking up resources. Are we going for the Nexus? We are! Okay, you have my attention. That is a 3rd Nexus before the 3rd gateway. So very greedy build here by ArT. 2-gate Blink into a 3rd Nexus. Very greedy, very economic. And this makes sense on a large map like Amygdala. Very large map in the map pool here. I say very large. It's okay. It's one of the larger maps in the map pool. As a result, we do have a much more standard, much more economic opener. And we'll see if Spirit can punish this. Drop moves out across the map, and they're going to be 2 Widowmines. And again, the goal here is just to get a better idea of what is going on. But Spirit, he already knows, he already scouted the timing of the 3rd Nexus, so he has an idea that there's only 2 gateways, that this is not an aggressive build by ArT. ArT being active, trying to zone away the initial Reaper Hellion, and Widowmine drop into the main. And ArT, is he paying attention? Is he noticing? Does he react in time? Does he react? Widowmines are dropped off, and he does pull away. Does pull away. Oh, going for the medevac. And the medevac, it is going to be going down. Widowmine does burrow. Shot could be going. Oh no! Shot goes off. Thankfully, ArT does pull away in time. Does pull away. And in the end, Spirit, he will kill 1 probe. There was potential, though. There was potential. That was almost disastrous. Alas, ArT, he defends. He holds. And with this, he settles into his own 3-base setup. He can saturate his third, taking up as well, still staying on 2 gateways, taking into a Temple Archives. Very greedy here by ArT, staying here on a low gateway count and taking instead of warping in and being secure. Back at home, Spirit, he is getting into his own third TC, so greedy follow-up here out of Spirit into a fast third base. ArT does not know, ArT is not aware, he is cutting corners unintentionally. I mean, he doesn't really know what he's up against, but he should be getting away with it, as he now goes for his gateway explosion. Technically, ArT could have been even greedier than this, and we could have seen like double forge, or at least one forge here to get it to upgrade first, but now we finally have some gateways. A storm is on the way for ArT, and he should be able to get away with all of this. So far, so good. Spirit going to be harassing you with the auto turret. Getting one probe. Oh, just the one. 2 probes go down. Not bad. Gets 2 workers. Raven does pull away. Going for another auto turret. Going for more probe kills. ArT this time he's late to react. Oh, that's going to be another 2. That's going to be 4 in total. Yeah, 4 workers going down. Nice damage here from Spirit. Behind this, landing his third TC on location. Again, very fast third base out of the Terran player will make up for the fast third base of ArT. So Spirit, he's keeping up economically, and ArT, he should be looking at a 4th. Alas, has yet to expand. But we should soon be seeing a 4th Nexus here for the Protoss. Otherwise, Spirit's a major skyrocket ahead in the mid-game. But now building up his bio, throwing down more tanks. Oh, hello, Shema, Papi Shema. Good to see you in the chat. Should I flock? Should I flock? No, I'm not going to try. I'm not gonna no, I'm good. I'm good. Not going to try. As we do have ArT's going to be threatening the natural as Spirit moves out. ArT moves in. Yeah, going for the storm drop. SCVs are going to be going down. Ooh, good connections. Yeah, and with that, 11 workers do full. Very nice damage. And now he has to race back home because here comes Spirit. He's had enough defending. He's moving out. He's got 2 tanks, got Bio, Marauders, Widowmines as well. ArT does have some storms. The tank does siege. Tank does siege up. High Templar being forced back. There are 2 High Templar with the main army. Storm goes up on a handful of those Bio units. The Prism can come in for a flank. Can ArT hold? So anyway, still no 4th Nexus, by the way. Yeah, very late 4th base for ArT. He has the money for it. Throwing down pylons instead. He is supply blocked. Oh, now is not the time. Brutal supply block. Breaks out. Zealous now warping in. Do have that flanking Prism. That's ready to die. Oh, the breeds! Oh, no! The Prism goes down! That's 2 High Templar as well. And Spirit, he might just have too much. Storm goes up. Raven harassed into the main, and ArT, he commits. High Templar, they get targeted down. 1 falls, so does the other. Ooh, barely to survive. We got 1 storm, but only 1 storm. And again, there should have been at least 2 more with that War Prism. And ArT's in trouble. And again, this 4th base is late. It's a very late 4th base for ArT. Aye. Again, he's barely holding on. Once again, the Spirit does focus on that High Templar. Does try to. Strips away the shields. Is going to be moving out, going for a Doom Drop. We had Spanish intros once. When did we get like doing Polish intros? Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. You know what? I totally would. I totally would if the Polish bi-weeklies came back. If they came back, I'd request Kuro to set up like a line for me to read, depending on the player. We'll make it happen. If they come back. For now, Spirit dives into the main. Like, I don't want to butcher the Polish language when covering like the annual, like, you know, end of year finals sort of thing. Like, that feels that feels a little bit rude. But I'll butcher it for a bi-weekly, for sure. As the drop is going to be cleaned up. Likewise, we have another active army here on the left hand side. Towards the right is not quite as much. Spirit, he backs off. Does back off, does retreat. Now we can take a 4th. We can take a 4th base. Oh no. The pulse key in the chat is real. Nice EMP. Very nice EMP in the army, and Spirit does catch him out. Again, this time there's no storm. There's no storm, there's no High Templar. Immortal's going down, the Colossus is exposed, and Spirit goes for the dive. Shuts down the Colossus. And what is there left? 2 High Templar, a handful of Zealots. Colossus does right, but this army is so vulnerable, so exposed. It's bare bones. And from here, Spirit, he can just snowball out of control. He's done too much already. It came down to the earlier push. And there's just not enough support here. It comes down to the supply. The supply is not lying, Baffy. This time it's, oh my god, massive storm. It's still not lying, though. There's the energy overcharge. There's another storm available. 1 storm left, soon to be 2. ArT trying to buy time. Doing what he can. Reinforcements on the way. Reinforcements are on the way. Catching up the Zealots. Trying to force ArT to split up his army. So far he's keeping up. Nice storm. Oh my god. Very nice storm. ArT, he's holding. Friendly fire as well. Does force a friendly fire from the Widowmine. ArT, I'm sure he wants those ghosts. He wants them. He gets 1. Can he get 2? There's no stim. There's no Medivacs. 1 more blink. Odamas, he gets it. Takes down both ghosts. Behind the Spirit, getting a 5th. 5th CC's on the way. Soon to be the gold. Likewise, ArT still stuck on 4 bases. Again, it was a late 4th base for ArT. Raven harassed here towards the mineral line. More mining time is denied. And Spirit still maintains the lead. But ArT, he's still in this. He's holding on. He's holding. He's surviving. Fleet beacons on the way. That's going to be for the mothership. Into eventually Skytos. Can ArT get there? As we mentioned before, coming into Amygdala, the map is working against Spirit. Is slowing him down. Is slowing him down. Is that a challenge? So I till dance kick. Oh no. Nah. For the bi-weeklies. The bi-weeklies. We'll bring it back. As we have a double jump towards the 3rd. Spirit splitting up. Double jump towards the 3rd base. 6 CC on Jesus. 2 more CCs being thrown down. Fusion core, that's going to be for limited range. And Spirit is maxed. Spirit, he's maxed out. Momentum is still on Spirit's side, but what I will say is that ArT, he is close to stabilizing. He's not there yet. He isn't there yet, but he is close. And he can take some fights. A lot of it comes down to the storms. If he can avoid the EMPs, if he can avoid the, army when it comes to preserving that Warp Prism as well, if he can land the storms, then mate, ArT, he can pop up. 5th base is denied. That's another big factor. Oh, that's a kill. That's a kill, not a cancel. Boiler charge rush here towards the natural. My army does push in. EMP grazes the gateway units. Double jump towards the mineral line. Going for the Nexus. And Nexus is going to be targeted down. It's going to fall. There's no saving it. And Nexus is picked up, and here comes the main army. Show us the storms. Ooh, massive storm. First one does connect. Do we have any more? And the EMP's a little bit too good. There we go. Another storm does zone away. And ArT, he's holding on. He's holding on to the 4th at least. But he lost the 3rd. Up. Ooh, the High Templar go down. The splash damage from the Widowmine. Mine takes down the High Templar. 3rd base does full. Sorry, 3rd base does full. Drop into the natural. ArT, he's barely holding on, but he's down to 3 bases. 4th is now on the way. ArT, he is struggling. And Spirit, he has momentum. He's been left alone. The bases, they're freely up and running. Freely has, insane saturation. And can soon push. Getting another CC. Just engulfing his entire half of the map. Now, ArT, at least he does have that mothership. And the mothership has arrived. Nukes are on the way. Jesus, let's go. Spirit getting to nuke production. As the dust does settle, ArT has a moment to breathe, to recover, but only a moment. As Spirit, he's already back. Spirit, he has returned. Throwing down a wall of turrets. Gets eyes on the main army. Wants that EMP. Oh. Going for the nuke. Let's go. He's on a mission. The Ghosts are making their way towards the fresh mining base. Ooh, Wooden Mine drop gets cleaned up. Nicely done. Main army does push in. Massive EMP going for the Nexus. Nuke here at the third. And ArT, he's distracted. Spirit trying to style on him. Doesn't get to the main army. Storm's going off. The nuke is coming. He doesn't notice. No, the nuke. Ooh, massive connection. Mineral line goes down. ArT, he did not notice. Was not aware. Was otherwise distracted. Does take down the Ghost, but that was an insane nuke. And ArT, again, he is still struggling. The Ghost still alive. Finally cleaned up. Fifth base was shut down as well. ArT down to 35 probes, less than half the economy here of Spirit. That's all or nothing for ArT. He's completely all in. Does he have any High Templars? He's got 5. Okay, he does have Storms. Does have a couple of Storms. At least 5 for now. Spirit, he pulls away. ArT's going to be rotating, looking for another way in. Going for the planetary. This planetary should go down. But Spirit comes in from behind. The mothership is low. Up. Mothership is going to be sniped. Slow zone does try to zone. And here comes the dive. Oh. Zoning Storm. Again, there's still 4 more storms remaining. Massive EMP! Jesus. Yeah, the EMP was brutal. There's the counter feedback. But I believe ArT is down to 1 storm. He's down to 1 storm. That EMP was insane. And with only having 1 storm, he has to rely on the Colossus. Alas, there's plenty of Vikings to deal with that. The Lib range has yet to be researched, despite the fusion core. And here comes Spirit. Once again, massive EMP covering the Colossus. 1 Colossus goes down, 2nd Colossus goes down, and so does a 3rd. Yeah, massive pickoffs. Here comes that 1 storm. But just the 1. And from here, Spirit, he can stim and win. He's snowballing out of control. He breaks through the defensive line. GG gets called. And Spirit takes game number 1. Ooh, GG. GG, well played. Spirit does take a lead in the series. Does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Whew, let's go. Again, unfortunately, ArT, he got supply blocked at the worst moment. If you recall, ArT got supply blocked. Oh. ArT did get supply blocked, and that was in the moment, of course, when Spirit was pushing in towards the 3rd base. Likewise, that was also when ArT came in for a flank and lost the War Prism. I mean, that was really the game-winning moment for Spirit, was when the Prism went down. There were 2 High Templar inside the Prism as well. That was a brutal moment from that moment. Spirit, he was able to break that location, out-trade his opponent, and keep and maintain momentum from that moment as well. GG. GG, well played. Spirit, he was just all over it. Likewise, it was also in the middle of that where the 4th base was heavily delayed, so ArT just fell behind economically, and then was just pulled apart. But now we're getting into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Neo-Violet Square, we have the Polish Terran player, the Blue Terran, leading the series 1-0. It is Spirit. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Polish Protoss player, the pink Polish Protoss player, representing the Platinum Heroes, down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is ArT. We go. Here we go. Are nukes the SC2 version of teabagging? They are not. I would say the closest thing to that is maybe mana muling. Nukes are like actually like a part of trying to pull your opponent apart and actually like applicable to the game. I wouldn't say any disrespect when it comes to nuking. That's where like mana muling or like throwing down like bases in the face of your opponent, that's like more disrespectful. So not at all. As you do see, Spirit coming in with an eBay block here at the natural. Does come in with the eBay block. With that, ArT is unaware of what's going on. Oh, and this may just force ArT to take the unnatural natural, as it's going to be a big delay on the expansion. Zealot is on the way. ArT does spot to the eBay, halfway done, and he's committing to the Zealot. Yeah, Zealot's on the way. Boys are being pulled. This will delay not just the expansion, but it also delays mining time, as that is what, 4 or 5 probes off the mineral line, focusing on that eBay. Even going for the gas deal as well. Oh, just a very rough start here for ArT, as his own economy is going to be very much so delayed here in the early game. There we go, does force a cancel. Now ArT can finally expand. Back at home, Spirit going for his own racks into CC on the low ground. So economic build here by Spirit and a delayed economy by ArT. It is going to be delayed. ArT's going to try to stabilize and get back into this. But it is going to be an awkward start for the Protoss. It's going to be an awkward start. We can see ArT just scouting for extra proxies, scouting to make sure that there's no crazy shenanigans going on. ArT did not probe scout, to bear that in mind, so ArT doesn't know what's going, doesn't really know what the follow-up is going to be. We can see Spirit just going for his own 2-1-1. Now, if Spirit throws down a third Rax, this could be a 2-base all-in. Welcome one and all to Near Violet Square. I should also introduce the map itself. This is a very large map of the map pool. This is the largest map of the map pool, actually, and I would say the most vetoed map as well. We rarely get to cast on this map outside of Elima League, where we force this map, so I'm happy to see that somehow this map made it through the veto process. Somehow it did make it through. Despite that, I mean, the question becomes, is ArT going to be ready for what comes next? Even though this map is so large, even though this map is known for greed and known for expanding, getting your natural, your third, your fourth, your fifth, just getting to a 5-base setup here on Neon Violet Square and going into the late game. But because of the faster second rack, Spirit is being more aggressive here. He's going to be, as we can see, prioritizing Stim. 2-1-1. You rarely see 2-on-1s in this matchup. It is not impossible, but it is a rare sight nonetheless. This build that Spirit's going for is very much so TvZ based. You see it sometimes against other Terran players and sometimes against Protosses, but it's a rare sight. The reason why it's so rare, I should say, is because it delays your tanks. It delays your tank production. If you're up against like 4 gates Blink, for example, then this can you can just be completely shut down. Against a Stargate Phoenix opener, this has potential. Why? Because you have an abundance of Marines, you have fast Stim, 2 medevacs for a jump across the map, and Phoenixes, what are they going to do against Mass Marine? What, they're going to lift up 1 Marine at a time? I mean, it's just not a viable defense. It's going to be a tough hold here for ArT. Not impossible, but tough. As he has to bring everything together at once, ideally force the unload ahead of time and try to catch out the medevacs. But for the time being, ArT, he's settling in and checking the vision. Spirit, has he seen the Stargates? He has not. He has not seen the Stargate. Phoenixes are building up back at home, and Spirit, he has a lot of potential with this Stim timing. He has a lot of potential. Something like a Blink-based opener is very safe against this. I would say Stargate-based play is a little bit more risky. Scan reveals the Stargate, sees all the Phoenixes as well. Spirit, he knows, and he's moving out. Does boost across the map. He's where there are Phoenixes to defend, and not much else. ArT's going for his third. He's going for his third base now. I think the ideal for ArT is that Spirit spends time at the third, forces a cancel, and it gives ArT time to throw down and warp in some Stalkers. Remember, no shield battery, there's only 2 Stalkers to defend. So this is maybe best case scenario for ArT. Otherwise, he'd lose workers at his natural. Like, his natural would be exposed. Spirit, he ignores it. Yeah, he ignores the third base. Good move here by Spirit. Good call. Dives straight in, takes down the pylon, threads the economy. And can he shut down the army? Gets 1 Stalker. 1 Stalker goes out, gets a Phoenix as well. Boys are being pulled, and so many probes are going to be falling here. Oh my god, this is game-ending damage. 9 probes going down, takes down 2 Phoenixes, takes down every single Stalker, the Sentry as well. And this might just be game here and now. GG gets called, and Spirit, he pops off with the 2-1-1. GG. GG, well played. Almost a build order win here for Spirit. Again, 2-1-1s are a rare sight, but 2-1-1s, I'm referring to the 2 ranks, 1 factory, 1 starport. The build that Spirit had gone for is ideal against Stargate Phoenix. As we saw, the Phoenixes, they did nothing there. They could, again, only lift 1 Marine at a time. There was no shield battery, and good move out of Spirit, he ignored the 3rd base. As I was saying, like, best case scenario for ArT was Spirit waste time at the 3rd. Did he waste time focusing down the Nexus, forcing a cancel, and then it gives ArT time to warp in. That would have been best case scenario for ArT. Spirit, he ignores the base, goes straight for the kill. He saw an opportunity, he went for it. GG. GG, well played. Spirit does take the 2-0, and with that, Spirit, he will claim a win here in the 4th round. GG. GG, well played. It does claim the win, and now we are getting ready for our next matchup, our next series. We are going to be following Spirit into the 5th round. Oh boy, the TvPs continue. As you can see before you, it's going to be a Terran versus Protoss, Spirit versus Geralt. Let's go. As the Protoss opponents, they do not get easier, they get harder over time. And again, I believe both ourselves and the mainstream are going to be joining up here. We're going to be joining forces in covering this series, and we may as well just catch up on the bracket as well, as I believe we have some updates, and we should try to catch up on that. Let's go. Okay, from the top. Ooh, the 4th round has concluded. Oh, a lot of tight scorelines, actually. That's crazy. Okay, first things first. Geralt and Rodzin tied 1-1 scoreline. Big win there for Rodzin. Very big win. Does take a game off of Geralt. Aristri versus a laser. Aristri takes a game. Pappy, calm down. He does take a game and does tie things up with a laser. Speaking of Pappy, by the way, Pappy as well ties up against Christiana 1-1. Spirit versus ArT was the only one-sided series, but all the others, they do go back and forth. And this is going to be impactful here to the overall scoreline here in the group stage. Every map win does count in the end, as we are at the halfway mark, and we could even see some players overpass or overcome and surpass others as well, depending on the map wins and map losses. So that's definitely something to consider here, considering like Geralt and Rodzin are tied. As you can see here, they're tied 0-0, 4-4. And the others not too far behind either. Scrolling things down, of course, we do have the 5th round. 5th round is going to be beginning here, is starting. We have... Oh, sorry, just setting up. We have Pappy versus a laser popping off in a PvZ. That's a tempting series, I will not lie. That's a very tempting match to jump into. We have Spirit versus Geralt, so that's going to be our series in a TvP. Geralt, of course, being one of the stronger Protoss players in all of Poland, going up against Spirit. We'll see if Spirit can be broken, or if he maintains with that solid scoreline against other Protoss opponents. We have Aristri versus ArT, facing off in a ZVP, and Christiana versus Rodzin in a PvP. Rodzin, if he went 1-1 against Geralt, Rodzin could also go 1-1 against Christiana as well. There is potential for a tied scoreline. As again, we are towards the tail end of the group stage. As you can see, there's still round 6 and round 7 coming up ahead of us as well. But for now, we're going to be focusing on round 5. And with that, I believe we're going to be having a little bit of downtime here. Again, our players do need some time to prepare on the main stage, on the main stream. So we will give them that time. Here we go. And again, it's going to be crazy if either Christiana or Geralt don't make it through. Meanwhile, looks like we do have a bit of an interview here. Oh, actually, hello. It's Aristri, I believe. Let's check him out.
Pytania od widzów, którzy je zadawali, tak, którzy je zadawali wtedy na streamie. Musisz troszeczkę mikrofon bliżej, zapomniałem powiedzieć. Bardzo bym prosił o odsłuch, bo siebie nie słyszę. Zacznijmy od pierwszego pytania, bardzo ważnego, musisz się skupić, patrzeć głęboko w kamerę. Dlaczego jesteś tak przystojny?
No to jest naprawdę bardzo ciężkie pytanie, bo słyszę
Tak
naprawdę
jest.
masę razy, tak mniej więcej raz usłyszałem w życiu.
To naprawdę masę, tak.
No tak, w moim przypadku naprawdę masę i to właśnie od ciebie przed chwilą. Pytanie troszeczkę z tezą postawione w tym momencie, no wydaje mi się, że Dlatego, że znam Engrego. To wszystko przez Engrego po prostu.
Tak, też myślę, tak. Wy nawet chyba razem byliście raz tam bliżej ze sobą, więc tak.
Tak, zdecydowanie.
Okej. No to dobra, to mamy to za sobą. Podejrzewam, że płeć piękna by to wyjaśniła inaczej troszeczkę, ale no nie będziemy wnikać.
No liczy się przede wszystkim odpowiedź.
Tak, zdecydowanie. Tylko i wyłącznie. No dobra, to teraz kolejne pytanko. Co jeśli nie SC2? Mastering innej gry? Jakiej? Czy zupełnie coś innego?
Znaczy, w ogóle o StarCrafta, to raczej jest w ogóle ostatni turniej. Raczej już więcej nie będzie.
Okej.
A co poza tym raczej już taka emerytura, powiedzmy, czyli bardziej jakieś casualowe gry, które nie wymagają jakiejś pojedynek z kimś innym.
Okej.
Bardziej takie spokojne klikanie, bez większej presji i to jest raczej mój cel, więc żadne Stormgate'y, żadne Zero Space'y, nic takiego raczej nie
Czyli
planuję.
plan na życie jest zupełnie inny.
Tak, dokładnie.
No i trzecie pytanie, które się z tym wiąże, z tym planem na życie. Gdzie się widzisz za 5 lat?
To jest ciężkie pytanie, to jest takie filozoficzne.
Otóż to.
Ja się widzę, no na pewno nie w grach komputerowych, więc powiem tak, jako prezes jakiejś wielkiej korporacji.
Doskonale. I tego ci również życzę. Podejrzewam, że widzowie, twoi fanowie również tego ci życzą. Dzięki serdeczne, Arystorii.
Dzięki wielkie.
Do usłyszonka, oddajemy głos do studia. Indie Z, przejmujecie głos.
Dziękuję bardzo. Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo, ja też
Dziękuję, Dansky. Dziękuję, Papa. Dziękuję. Here we go. So a shout out to, I believe those were questions, I believe they were questions from the chat, by the way. I remember earlier that viewers were going to be giving questions to some of the players, and I think that's why he was reading for his phone, but I'm not entirely certain as of that. Regardless, it was great to hear from Aristory. Great to hear from one of our players, and I'm sure we're going to be hearing from more players over the course of the event. Maybe even some pre-game interviews coming into the playoffs. I would love to hear from those competitors when we get a chance to cover them. Otherwise, again, we do have some downtime here. We're going to be getting ready for a break. Spirits and Geralt is going to be coming up next, as I assumed. All right, for those that are maybe not tuning in or maybe tuning into the VOD, the questions that were asked was, why are you so handsome? To, of course, to Aristory. Aristory, he responded saying that it's because he was angry, apparently. I'm sure that's like an inside joke. Angry, he's a Polish Terran player. He streams quite often, so shout to Angry. And he was asked, what would you do if there wasn't any StarCraft? And Aristory, he was saying that he would retire, that he most likely wouldn't play Stormgate or Zero Space, maybe not too interested in the other RTSs that are coming up on the horizon. So Aristory, he's dedicated, Pap, he's dedicated. But again, much love. And I was kind of hoping they would ask him about a laser. I mean, he just took a map of a laser. Like, I mean, I know there were questions from the viewers, but it would have been nice to have like a relevant question of what just happened and to have like heard, maybe some thoughts from Aristory, about, taking a map and going into a tight series against the best Zerg player in the region. Just saying. But whatever. It's like would have been nice. It's fine. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he did say it was a difficult question to answer, of course. In 5 years, CEO of a huge corporation. Beautiful from history. And yeah, there we go. So just some mean questions from the chat. But still, would have been nice to have heard, about that game. A laser washed? Cap. But now then, we're going to be going on a break. When we come back, we will have Geralt vs. Spirit up next. Take this time to, of course, take a moment to stretch your roaches, hydrate all of your hydras, tuck in your tempest, color your colossus, and marinate your marauders. We'll be back soon, in a couple of minutes after the break. See you then.